First things first, this might just be the longest wait in its team's history. Granblue Fantasy Relink just went gold and is now finally coming out on February 1st, 2024. Developers announced that with another trailer, both gameplay and story, said their 8-year-old developed new entry in the Granblue series is going to remain a PC to PlayStation exclusive. Relink is a JRPG in nature. It's also going to hit a demo on the PlayStation Store on January next year. Coming up behind that, it's actually the most anticipated game in the list in terms of hype. Paralabiz's Crimson Desert, the game is now coming out no longer within 2024, but in the first or the second quarter of 2025. True, we thought it'll actually deliver by holidays this year. It's no longer the case, or even 2024. Crimson Desert is an MMORPG open-world hack and slasher from Black Desert's developers, promising much better graphics than the rest of its own kind.
Fight for everyone.
Number 3, we have Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Still in the works, it's been quite some time since we've had a major update on the new entry, but as for gameplay, we just got this. A quick mention, the game is being developed for PCs in the next generation of consoles, only coming out by the end of 2024. Dreadwolf is also the official new game for Dragon Age 4.
Castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
All the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
Black Myth Wukong now has a release date of August 24. It's official. Game Science to showcase their upcoming game in the Game Awards with a new trailer, the Souls-like, finishing game footage and more on the story. After years of development, rough road, and wait, the Souls-like Monkey King AAA action adventure RPG is on its way to PCs and the next generation of consoles on the same day.
We end suffering for those who live.
Next up, we've got, of course, Banishes Ghosts of New Eden, a game I've mentioned many times. It's a narrative-driven action-adventure from Dogma, inspired by the Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Sony's recent God of War, just more on the narrative side. Banishes was actually announced earlier in the year with a vague window. The game just went on and got itself a delay, and instead of 2023 anytime, it's going to be coming out on February 13 next year on the PCs, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X as well.
I banish you. Death to the dead.
Do we kill? To be together again. Or do we part forever?
Come out, wherever you are. Come on, show yourself.
Red.
Every bloody time.
At least, that's what everyone's saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
Moving on to number 6, we have the most wholesome in scale PlayStation 5 game of all time, possibly. Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth. We know the follow-up will feature new story content centered around Zack, incorporating backstory for Sephiroth included in mobile game Ever Crisis. I've already mentioned this, but the game is also taking place in an alternative timeline, where the story is different. Check it out, the game is going to be coming out on February 29 on the PlayStation 5 only.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you say? So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect they're soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived.
Lately, our old friend the Siryu clan's been acting mighty suspicious.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth will now launch both physically and digitally for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PCs, and also the past generation of consoles at a later date on January 26 next year. Sega announced that Ichiban and Kazuma are gonna go in a larger-than-life adventure across Japan and also then Hawaii, where you will experience one-of-a-kind combat that you've never seen with a much dynamic and much more fast-paced battle, where like the battlefield itself becomes your weapon. This is how it looks.
Akane-san. They're after her too, you know.
You seen this?
This is someone else. Ganja.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii?
The head of Kazuma Kiryu. What better trophy than the head of a dragon?
I really need your help, like, right now. I'd take a bullet for a butt any day. Take cover!
You can always turn a new leaf.
The return of the Sovereign.
You'd be happy to know that the sequel to the much-awaited Dragon's Dogma is now coming out next year, on March 22nd. It's not gone gold yet, but as what developers promise, it's a PC to the next generation of console exclusive. Developers are considering to bring mainly more of the same, of the first game, with similar to the original, with just better graphics and of course, more story. Anyway, we're getting a trailer for it, and a testing that is taking place, I believe, right now.
Spared the horrors of the fell dragon.
From this moment forth, thou art arisen. Charge and all.
Here's my chance.
If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here?
When 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found.
Pitiable Arisen, why dost thou fight?
For those caught in its deadly rhythm. And a lifetime can pass in the blink of an eye. For anyone embracing its bitter end.
Oh yeah, Team Ninja just announced Rise of the Ronin is now coming out on the same day that the previous game is going to be coming out, March 22nd, 2024, and on the PlayStation 5 only. This game actually went gold. We got more of in-game footage, a couple more minutes, some dope story. What you're looking at over here, Rise of Ronin, is an open-world samurai-style RPG hack and slasher, a PlayStation exclusive, and maybe the closest thing you can have hands on in the near future that's inspired by the Onimusha.
Then the river directs the flow.
Let's do this together.
How many mountains must you move to alter the river below?
Let us not forget the pain of Master Shoin and the countless others who have suffered. As the smoke rises, so shall we.
beginning.
Let's begin. Sewing is my life.
Atlus just came up with another trailer on Persona 3 Reload. Their highly anticipated turn-based JRPG said the game is now releasing on February 2nd, 2024 for PCs and both generation of consoles except Switch. Here's a trailer. We know this thing will feature the same characters as Persona 3 did, including the director's cut version of the game, a new playable epilogue, better visuals, and also the new voiceovers.
That's the Dark Hour. A time period hidden between one day and the next.
They only appear during the Dark Hour and attack anyone who roams free outside the coffins. It's our job to defeat them. Pretty exciting, huh?
Persona.
Next! Come on!
Why do you try to fight when you know it's hopeless?
In fact, I don't even really have a good reason to live. For me, or you, or anyone, just simply existing gives our lives meaning. Soon, the end will come.
We are not giving up, no matter how long it
The First Ascendant just got a release window of summer 2024, along with a new trailer that pretty much just shows off most of the things you need to know about the combat. It's a third-person looter shooter this game, heavily inspired by the Warframe, basically a class character-based looter shooter with skills, guns, and also a grappling hook. Check it out. The game's gonna be coming out on both generations of consoles as well. Moving on, we've got the second longest awaited MMORPG from the Korean developers that's been teasing Chrono Odyssey since 4 years ago, and the word that is now finally releasing for PCs in the next generation of consoles in addition to mobiles a tad later with minimalized graphics, possibly early next year. If you miss out on Chrono Odyssey, this is a MMORPG where the players have to bend time in order to win fights and survive, whereas like the time manipulation stuff as a key feature. I'm assuming you've guessed a lot of boss fights. Moving on, it's amongst the few games I've mentioned that stuck with me ever since. With a new trailer here today, finally we have Where Winds Meet, which is an action RPG open world inspired by the Chinese fictional world Wuha, which was shown quite well in a lot of movies and games, especially the Crouching Tiger movie. It's actually set after the fall of the Tang Dynasty, which is a grim one amongst the rest, and not many people know about it. Anyway, here's some in-game footage. The game is going to be coming out PCs only. Number 14, personally I had no clue where this even came from a while ago, even though it's been months since we've had anything. We've got something here called We Kill Monsters, what I've gathered to be in development since only last year. It's a mix of Horizon, Death Stranding, Shadow of Colossus, and even Genshin Impact, kind of looking better than Old 4. Somehow it's developers' first work too. Unfortunately, we only know it's going to be coming out sometime next year, and that is highly subject to change.
Shall burn alongside him or her.
A few months ago, CD Projekt Red, after the remastered version, aired the news that they're considering to have a Witcher game remade from the ground up in the following year. That highly it's going to be Witcher 1. Anyway, I've mentioned this earlier, this thing is going to be coming out after Witcher 4, which we're assuming is going to be coming out in 2024. In any case, we're still waiting on some gameplay.
I've got to find Ciri.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Will burn! Burn in the eternal fire!
Why are you helping her?
Because she's a danger, a mortal one, a power that can destroy the world.
You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
You will use your deadly sword skills to slay your enemies.
Announced a couple months ago through IGN, we've got over yet number 16 and Shrouded, coming from the same developers of Borderline. This game is a survival crafting and action RPG set in this voxel-based continent, where you journey on mountains, deserts, and choose your own destiny in an open world. And Shrouded set to be coming to PCs now on January 24, and we just got a new trailer for it too.
But undoubtedly, all Flameborn are masters of building epic castles to show it. Oh, where's the castle? You're meant to be building an epic castle, not a hole in the ground. Although, that is nice. Okay, so you can build whatever you like. Where was I? Yes, Flameborn are explorers who glide over land and sea. Okay, then Flameborn are explorers who grapple over land and sea. Ah. Now you're gliding. I see. Okay, you're just doing whatever you want.
Number 17, we have the sequel to Greedfall, now going by The Greedfall 2nd, The Dying World. It's a long-awaited open-world BioWare-style RPG. Apparently the story seems to be starting 3 years before the events of the first game, and you play as a native in the old world ravaged by war, plague, and also then some political stuff. Here's a trailer. The game is going to be coming out on all consoles mid to late 2024. Most studios, same developers behind the old Ori, the Will-O-the-Wisp game, just went out and announced a rather Diablo-inspired action RPG now, new IP called No Rest for the Wicked. It's going to be coming to PCs in about a couple months, then into consoles. The folks described this game as a visceral, precision-based action RPG that will take you through a mature and a bold new take on this genre.
And our prayers came back like a little lost lamb, dying so that we
Coming from Italy, been a while actually since I've mentioned this one or seen anything like it. We've got a Souls-like action RPG coming over early next year, going by the name Andria, The Last Song. This thing is set to take place in a world based on Italian culture and folklore, and adding a bit of a twist, making it a Souls-like and a choice-driven, story-heavy. Anyway, here's how it looks.
cosmic veil and reached a new planet.
And last but not least, Arknight's Infield is a thing since its reveal in 2021, as now one of the most anticipated mobile games on the horizon, specifically on mobile. The game went off the radar and almost gone to finally come around a few days ago with the word that it's now also coming to PCs as well. Developers said it'll be coming over for global testing in about a week from now, and this is actually in-game footage. The full thing is going to be coming out on January 11th.